Peter Piper picked peppers, but run right rhymes. Humpty Dumpty fell down. That's his hard time. Jappy Nimble was nimble, and he was quick.
Yeah, I know.
Who is it? Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the Mo and O Show. I am Mo Morales, and
I'm Omar Gonzalez.
And today we're going to talk about lots of things, and that's what we're here for on a weekly basis, to talk about anything that comes to mind. Usually we keep it within the window of technology, which is the same thing.
Photography, coffee, comics. Last time we talked about comics.
And movies.
Yeah.
I think we should bring movies into the group, and we should also talk about, not beating your children.
On today's show, we'll discuss, can men be baby photographers? Mm-hmm. Maybe a little Godzilla?
You can't make the noise. It's
Sorry.
Copywritten by Toho.
And something called photo overload, which we'll talk about.
So yesterday, on the way to a photo shoot, my first baby photo shoot in almost 3 years probably.
Oh my God, we need to talk about that.
And on my way there, I stopped at Wawa and got me a fresh, out the whatever they bake oven roll, and they put some butter on it. And I'm like, that made my ride. It was an hour away, the ride. And it was an hour away, the hour. It was an hour away, the ride.
It wasn't one of those 30-minute hours.
No. And the whole time I was thinking like, wow, that was such a delicious buttered roll. And I prefer a nice mushy butter roll.
I don't think I would do a buttered roll. I would do cream cheese. First of all, I wouldn't get a roll. You get a roll with butter on it?
For coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a Jersey
what do
thing.
You do? You do coffee?
Bagel with cream cheese.
Well, you know what? I was the kid working those construction jobs where you had the little blue to-go coffee cups. You remember those?
Greek. Yeah, the Greek one. Hold on. We got to talk about something. Can men be baby photographers? Asthma.
I hate that word.
I know.
It just sounds like... Anyway. Yeah, like that's the challenge I had. One, taking this job, and two, doing it. Okay,
let's back up. So I originally wanted to be a baby photographer. That was my goal, was to do children's photography, but also on the a little bit with Julie, our friend. She was going to be like my baby stylist. Mm-hmm. So she would wrap up the babies and design the outfits.
If I do any more, I'm calling her. I'm serious. I could have used her yesterday. But anyway, go ahead.
She was the best. But what I discovered about working with Julie is that men and women are different, or at least ADD me and calm Julie are very different. So we would set up a scene kind of like you did. Like we would have some kind of container. We would put like blankets in it and try to wrap the swaddle. It's called swaddling the baby.
Yes, I know.
Were you alone?
Yeah. First of all, let me give you some background to
give me some
why
background.
I'm doing a
that
baby
was so
shoot.
Out of the blue.
Okay.
Like you're like, hey, I did a baby shoot.
First of all, the only babies I shoot nowadays are hot babies. All right. A while ago, I did a wedding, and I never delivered the physical prints I said I would.
Okay, so you gave them
So
digitals,
I felt bad, and I said, listen, here are your prints that I promised you that I never sent you earlier, and let's make it up to you. We'll do a spring shoot for you and your wife. They asked me, hey, instead of the spring shoot, let's do my wife is due in a few months. Let's just do a newborn shoot. And because I, want to keep my customers forever happy, I'm like, listen, whatever you want,
let's do it.
I'll do it. So I didn't think anything of it till the day before, and I'm like, I gotta shoot a baby.
Were you
tomorrow.
Searching, looking for ideas? And
yes, I actually went to your Creative Live for a second and checked out a couple of things there, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
Since I thought I was going to be a baby photographer, I took this course thinking
Sandy
that
Pooch?
Yeah, Sandy Pooch.
I love that name.
I know.
I got a guy at work.
She was great,
go,
and she was great with the baby. She was a baby whisperer. And I thought I could do it, and it really takes a special person to, and that's what I was talking about earlier, that Julie was great and super calm at keeping the babies calm. The room is supposed to be super warm. I don't know if you did that. It's supposed to be 100 degrees, the room.
No, did not.
Yeah. You're supposed to play, and maybe we can play now. You're supposed to play this sound. Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you know what that is? It's like recordings of the womb. So when you're doing newborn photography, you play these like whoa, whoa, whoa sounds, and the baby like with the heat and the
Do me a favor, never make that sound again.
whoa, whoa.
I'm not comfortable anymore. So you got to make the sound, be hot.
Yeah, you got to be sweat, and we would like keep the room warm. We would we'd wrap the kid up, and I'd be like sweating, and so I'm so ADD that I was like always trying to rush Julie, like come on, come on, come on, and you need like 2-3 hours to photograph newborns. I don't know how long your session took.
It wasn't anywhere near 2-3 hours. I got there at roughly a few minutes after 9. Parents had a few things to take care of.
A few drinks. No.
So
I thought you were going to say.
You know what? They decided to feed the baby before we start, and I said, you know what? Good idea.
That's a great idea.
So that took a little while to get the actual shoot going, but once we actually started shooting, Mo Morales kicked in, and we did 4 outfits in like 30 minutes. So. Actually, probably
Changing
5
the baby,
hours.
and the baby's like,
baby's like, what's going on?
going
You're
on?
lucky I can't control anything. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you probably would have been better off doing that, like rocking that one, baby in the can kind of thing.
That was
like
just,
so hard.
I just took it with me as I don't know. Omar gave me the typical bucket for babies when he decided, no, for me, I'm not doing this. So,
yeah.
So I took his bucket with me, and I got one cute shot, I think. But besides that, I thought, to be honest, the photos came out great for a non-baby photographer.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I
but
think,
better than the parents could do.
Yes,
but that's not saying.
I think
a
they
lot.
got their money's worth.
Freebie.
Yeah. So
Well, it goes back to the question: can men be baby photographers? And the answer, of course, is yes. I'm sure there's baby photographers that are men that are calm and can rock it. But all the teachers I've seen, all the famous photographers I feel that rock it are women.
Were you the only man at the class? I can't remember.
No, there was another man, Nathan.
Yeah, Nathan. All right.
He didn't really do baby photography.
He just wanted to be on. Be famous. Look at me, I'm on TV. Sorry, Nathan, if you're watching.
He was really cool. But he was a children's photographer. So I think we all thought that children's photography and baby photography, like you could do both. And it's like, forget it. You got to pick one.
Yeah, you have to. Based on what I went through yesterday, I had done all my newborn photography has been favors. We were talking a few episodes ago about doing stuff for free. And that's all my baby photography has ever been, because one, I would never charge for you for something I'm not sure I could do well.
Yeah.
Anything I do to charge you, I feel I could do well.
Did the parents know? Were they on board with you not?
I told them right off the bat, I'm not a baby photographer. They knew going into it, and I've already delivered. The photo shoot was yesterday. I wanted to get rid of it as quickly as possible. So
it's like a grenade.
I did my editing yesterday, and I've already delivered. And they told me they thought the pictures were really good. And a close friend of mine who's related to one of them actually texted me, hey, thanks for doing it. They're so happy with the photos.
If it's your own kid, I mean, we usually love like even just the stupid school pictures that come. They're terrible.
They're $15.99 for a single 6x2.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a 6x2 out there? I just
it's a bookmark.
Yeah, now it is.
But if it's your own children, you have that filter, which helps like deflect any negativity. But if anyone's thinking of doing their first baby photography, I would recommend don't go alone. That was your first mistake.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should have been taking care of like the light and the reflectors, and there's so much to think about on the side of like the baby and keeping the baby safe and swaddling the baby, and then imagine the artistic side, the technical side. That was too much for you to take care of by yourself.
That was just like, sit still. I'm going to take a picture of you.
Yeah, plop the baby down.
And they're like, Mo, I don't think she actually understands what you're saying.
Did you use flash?
Of course.
Why not put the baby like next to a window?
Okay. So we talk about in one of our previous episodes, plug, that...
we'll link it up below.
Based on, our previous conversation we had, there's certain situations where you're not going to have the ability to have the room well lit. Yesterday, if you recall, in the morning, there was a lot of rain. It was super cloudy.
Yes.
So they had a big window in the living room. That would have been helpful. I couldn't get enough light through it.
Even a high ISO, or were you?
I didn't even think about high ISO. I was thinking, because like we discussed, I have power over my light. I know what I want. I know how to get what I need. So once I saw that the natural light wasn't going to be right off the bat, I didn't want to change my ISO settings that I'm standard and used to.
Yeah.
Because I knew what I could get out of it with the flash. So
True. So I feel like baby photographers have used strobes and flash for like the crazy first 4 days, baby. The ones that are like so drunk that they're out, and they could pop flash and they could do this thing with the baby. You ever see where they prop the head
this baby
up?
was baby was going into her 3rd week, so
Yeah, it's too late.
Those days were done like
Yeah.
months ago.
Duct tape works.
Yes, actually, gaffer's tape.
Gaffer's
is
tape
safer. Comes right off.
The moral of the baby story for everyone is shoot what interests you, what you're good at, and it'll build up your portfolio. It was great that you did this for those people. They'll love the pictures forever. But are you going to go again? Would you go again?
I would not first choice ever do a baby shoot.
Yeah.
Never. But one, money's always nice. We'll talk you into a bunch of stuff. But like I said a few minutes ago, I have not done a baby shoot for cost yet because I rather do it as a favor. And I probably will in the future when a friend of mine's grandkids are about to be born. Hey, Mo, can you take these photos from me? I'll probably do it for him as a freebie. This is not a hint, so no one even start inboxing me about free photography, all right? I see you guys. I know you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's a case by case.
Yeah, exactly. So I enjoyed it. It was stressful because that's the thing I like about anything. In my 9 to 5, in my 9 to 5, I troubleshoot all day long. And that's what it was yesterday.
So you feed off that.
I guess so. It's just something I've been when I was in the Marine Corps, something I've done with all my payroll jobs and where I work now. It's all day long. Is your standard.
That's good advice for some. Yeah, like take it on and you will prevail. Like you'll fight through it. As opposed to, hey, I have anxiety over this, I'm going to say no.
Yeah, that's why I stopped actually looking at videos. Like I said, I only panicked the day before when I realized, oh, tomorrow's the shoot. I got to do this tomorrow. And then I watched like a few videos and I was like, you know what? I'll get there and whatever I feel natural comes. That's why those poses weren't your typical baby poses. Because first of all, the baby was huge. At 3 weeks, she's like, she's also a man. She's big.
The Rock.
Big old baby.
Yeah.
She gave the people
if the parents are watching.
Oh, she was beautiful. They know that.
Yeah, of course.
So, and they also know me enough to know my personality and sense of humor, so they're not going to take any of the jokes about their gigantic baby. Do you watch Godzilla movies?
No.
Ever?
Dominica is more into them than I am.
Oh, man. I grew up watching Godzilla movies, especially in our neck of the woods, the Metro New York City area.
Channel 11?
Channel 11. Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving.
Marathon.
It would be the King Kong and Godzilla marathon.
Mothra.
And every day I was like, ah. So
I watched some.
I watched the newest one, the Shin Godzilla movie, and I've just like rehashed my monster love. So
what do you think of the new ones? Like the Hollywood.
So the one they did in America, because the company Toho, who owns the Godzilla rights, lets people do their stuff. So the one that they did in America, 2014, Godzilla, I thought was great because it's the best American Godzilla we've gotten to date. If you remember the one with Matthew Broderick,
that's the one. That's not the one you're talking about. You're talking about the newer one.
Even back in Japan, they make fun of that movie. In the Shin Godzilla movie, they actually make a reference. Something about they call him Godzilla. That's how the Americans call him, not here in Japan. Something like that. I'm like, so burn. But yeah, no, I think that last one was pretty awesome. And then back in 2016, 17, they came out with Shin Godzilla, which is a modern remake of the original 1954 Godzilla with new angles and new twists.
But the Japanese made that, or the Americans?
Yes, no.
Oh,
so the Americans made one by the company called Legendary.
That's the one that was on Netflix. Like the eye, like the poster was just the eye of Godzilla.
That's the old one? No.
That might be the Matthew Broderick one.
That's
maybe.
the one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the one that came out in 2014 was with those guys, that couple that was in the Avengers movie who played Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Oh, yeah.
They actually played a couple in this Godzilla movie.
Incest.
It's just odd. Once you see one, you can't unsee the other.
Yes.
But so the movie was pretty good. I think a lot of people were looking for the more campier Godzilla that they're used to.
Yeah.
But I thought
all right, I gotta watch it.
It's worth watching. And then the Shin Godzilla, you have to watch it understanding how the original Godzilla was designed. The original Godzilla is a mutation. So That's how he's introduced into his movie. He's not. He
like
doesn't
an
come.
ocean monster.
He doesn't come in as about 100-meter Godzilla. He comes in at this 28 meters. So he starts as a sea animal. Then he develops legs. Then he develops arms. Then he stands straight up. And I thought it was a very the acting and the story behind that they were telling wasn't awesome. You can't remember any of the characters, but the actual Godzilla parts and how they destroyed him, and the last final scene that once you've watched it, we'll discuss it. I don't want to spoil anything.
No spoilers.
But it's one of the better movies. And watching this, I can't. They just announced that there's going to be another one of the American version in 2019. It's all Masters Attack, something like that. The trailers are out. You're not going to watch trailers, but you people out there, check out the trailers.
It's interesting that the Japanese company gives their rights away for others to, unlike the whole thing that was going on with Fox and Marvel.
Yeah.
They're together
there's
now.
cash money, So
Yeah.
Toho,
Did you hear that Disney
Sony,
bought the Fox?
Fox was bought by. That's the easiest way to just take the property back, right? That's like Bruce Wayne's line in Justice League when Superman asked him, "How did you get the farm back from the bank?" Bruce Wayne says, "I bought the bank."
How about in Dark Knight, where he's like at the restaurant? He's like, we can push a couple of tables together.
He's like, no, I own the restaurant, something like that, right?
Yeah. Harvey's like, I don't think we can do that. He's like, we can. I own the place. What I love about how Christian Bale played that, he's actually acting when he's Bruce Wayne. He's being
acting,
fake.
Right. He's really Batman, and he's the persona that he's wearing in the mask is Bruce Wayne.
He showed that so well in that movie. And the first one, it was him being like a
recluse.
Yeah,
Kinda
losing his
weird.
parents, learning to fight.
Oh no, I'm thinking about the beginning of the final one. That's when he was kind of a recluse. He had
Yeah,
pulled
yeah,
himself away. But you're right. The first
This one where
he's
he's like
finding
with the
himself.
ballerinas, he's like playing the front of being the playboy. I thought that was so cool. Like he played that so well, like being Mr. Cool and
And then when he goes back to Alfred, he's just him, chill. Like,
Yeah.
let's focus on what we need to do now.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that's Iron Man is just the opposite. He's a playboy who plays a superhero. And Batman is a superhero who plays a playboy.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah,
Because, Iron Man is not afraid to lift off his mask and tell you, hey, this is who I am. Let's get some drinks, The other way, Bruce Wayne's like, Alfred's always telling him, like, dude, you have to go out there. They have to see your face.
Yeah,
You have to be
that's
Bruce
the mask
once in a
you
while.
wear is
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne. I
That's
thought that was
awesome.
great in
Yeah.
that one.
Christopher Nolan did such an amazing thing on this trilogy.
Yeah.
The fact that when I first heard him say that, pre-interview before the first one came out, that I'm going to place Batman in the real world, not in Gotham City,
not in that,
but any
like
city.
Tim Burton.
Right? You would think that he's either in New York City, California, Chicago. You would not know that he wasn't in a real city based on my movies, and this is a real life Batman. And I thought, once you accepted that, watch the movies again.
Totally.
They're amazing. Even the final one with Bane. I'm a big DC head to a degree. And Bane is supposed to be this big, bulky, steroids-induced power guy. And when I'm like, this ain't Bane, come on. And I'm like, you know what? In a real world, that is Bane.
That would be Bane.
And he's an awesome Bane.
He was a great
Tom
Bane.
Harding was underrated in the movie, especially because the way it ended with him.
How do you feel about seeing the 89 Batman?
I think...
Like, at the time, it was huge.
I still think it's good. I still think you have to place it in when it was made.
Yeah.
And
it's Dick
what we
Tracy
knew
kind of
about
Tim Burton.
Batman at that time.
Yeah.
That was the grittiest Batman we've seen to date.
You're right.
Think about it.
Yeah,
It wasn't
60s Batman
super campy. It was awesome. Jack Nicholson had played the best Joker to date. I mean, Cesar Romero did great back in the 60s, but
he didn't shave his mustache.
he didn't shave his mustache ever. You can see it through like
can see it through the
this is where
paint.
Henry Cavill said, "Well, he's not shaving.
Yeah, forget that.
I'm not shaving." The mustache that destroyed America.
Okay, photo overload. Let me explain what I'm talking about. I open up my Instagram in the morning. I'm scrolling so fast through my Instagram feed. I feel like I have like photo overload where I just like am seeing too many photographs as opposed to enjoying a photograph. What are your thoughts on that? Do you have photo overload?
I don't.
Okay.
I think just the opposite. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not scrolling fast. So I have many Instagram accounts. I have one for my dog. I have one for my food. I have one for me. One for my photography, and our Instagram together. And I go to each one with a purpose.
Okay.
I go to mine to update some stuff.
Which one?
The
Mo.
Unky Mo.
Unky Mo.
Unky underscore Mo. I go there to post positivity, reply to people who make any comments. And when I go to my Mo Morales underscore photography one, I'm going there to look at photos. I'm going there to look at people's work, like amazing stuff, that 500 pic stuff we were talking about.
Yeah.
Those are the people I follow there.
Oh, I see.
So I have the luxury of being able to see different things depending on what account I go into. But I could understand if you've mixed everything into one.
I've mixed everything into one because I only have one account. I know. So the way I've tried to combat it is, one, look at my own work, because I'm looking at others' work to either get ideas, get inspiration, see what people are doing. But I have 25,000 photographs that I should be culling and working on and developing myself on my computer. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's one way I've tried to combat it. And I feel the second way is by using hashtags. Like, I've looked up Fuji X-T20.
There it was. That's your one for video.
I've also looked up landscape photography, or looked up an area. So using hashtags has narrowed the field. So I don't see people's vacation pictures. I'm not seeing like people's food. The photo overload, I think, is exactly what you said. It's seeing a mix, which is throwing me off.
Right, because you're not getting into the mode to look at a photo. You're getting into, next photo. What's next? Let me see what's next. Maybe the next one's better.
I'm like looking for something, and I don't know what I'm looking for.
On my Mo Morales underscore photography, I've actually started following hashtags. You can do that now.
I do that with.
So I follow. What do you watch?
Well, I can't say it. I only get one per episode.
Oh.
Let's just say it's FX number.
So you watch, you get to follow that. I follow like landscape. I follow boudoir. I follow classic. I follow black and white, worth the fight, something like that. So those are the ones.
Hashtag big booties.
That's on my personal one. That's Unky Mo. But no. So to me, when I go to each account, I'm able to know what I'm going to be seeing to a degree, and not worry about what you're going through is one amazing photo followed by some guy like petting his dog.
Yeah. That's what I'm going through. And also it translates to photo overload. Are you doing photography, or are you like burnt out?
Are you doing photography besides
for yourself?
Work? Right.
But are you doing photography for yourself?
I haven't had the chance to, but I'm not burnt out. I'm at that point where I haven't had a chance to go out for my own, but it's because I'm busy. It's not because I don't want to pick up my camera and go.
Yeah, I think what's helped me personally is the YouTube channel, and it forces me to go out and shoot with the lenses that I'm testing. It forces me to like make a video about the camera, and I end up having a great time. Like, I go to New York and I...
Random point here about your other channel with the XT224. We can't say it more than once in the video. So you got me with the clickbait yesterday with the bird photography with the 27 millimeter, and I got on there in a minute and I saw that. I'm like,
you motherfucker, you cocker spaniel.
I was like, yeah, okay, all right, good job. I watched the whole thing now.
Awesome. So I'm going to work on my photo overload. Let us know if you have photo overload down and what you do for it. Hashtags, going out and shooting for yourself. And I'm going to work a little harder at getting my work out there, my personal work, now that it's the summer.
You ever think it'd be more work for you, but you ever think about opening up the second Instagram channel where you would just post work?
I do have a second Instagram channel, but it was for watches.
Oh.
Like, I had this whole idea that I would work on my photography, shooting macro and doing things with my watches that I like now. But I don't ever switch between...
Gotcha.
Because I'm in photo overload mode. Anyway, I love you, man.
Good job today. He's all sweaty and down. Oh, my God.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Be good.